And we are live. Welcome back to Takes by Fans. We got a great show for you today. As always, we're live every single day at noon Eastern. If you want to watch live, head over to twitch.tv/takesbyfans. If you want to watch but not live, head over to our YouTube channel, Takes by Fans. We post all of our shows and clips of the show there on a daily basis. And if you just want to listen, we are on podcasting apps, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio. So however you want to watch or listen, we've got you covered multiple ways. Alrighty, today is a big old Wednesday. March Madness Elite 8 just wrapped up yesterday, and UCLA upsetting Michigan. Absolutely fantastic for them. So we'll quickly update the brackets. I know we've already claimed first place, easy for us. But we'll just still kind of just check it out on a daily basis, or when they play. And then we also are continuing on with day 47 of our NFL Draft Prospect Countdown, looking at Michael Carter, running back from UNC today. So we'll see how this man's looking. Like we said yesterday when we were trying to get to him, I mean, he's not one of these big names, Travis Etienne, Najee Harris. He's kind of this second tier of running backs. So let's see how this man's looking. Can he kind of compete with Travis Etienne and Najee Harris in the league? Will he kind of be in that conversation when we're talking about this 2021 running back draft class 5-10 years down the road? Will Michael Carter be one of those players that we're talking about? And then we're obviously breaking down the NBA from last night and doing our moneymakers. So let's just jump right into the show here with the stories of the day. In the first one up, Roger Goodell said the plan is to welcome back fans in 2021. Quote, "We want to see every one of our fans back." Goodell said, quote, "We expect to have full stadiums in the coming seasons." Yes, sir. I mean, watching sports without fans, it does take something away from it. I mean, seeing that crowd reaction, seeing just kind of those intense moments, down by 2 in the NBA with 40 seconds left, and the player, the big name, the face of the franchise hits the go-ahead 3 to go up by 1, and the crowd erupts. I mean, I get chills watching that, folks. So, I definitely missed it. I'm missing it right now in the NBA. I mean, we've had some really close games come down the wire. We've had some nice upsets in the NBA, but we haven't had that great crowd reaction. Same thing really in the NFL. I mean, could you imagine the Hail Murray full with stands? Holy moly. So, definitely excited to see some fans back in the stadium, an entire packed stadium. And that's going to be something else that we have to kind of factor into this 2020 season. We all saw the high completion percentage, the elevated completion percentage, but was that because there was nobody in the stands? There was no pressure? It's basically just, you're just kind of out there. It's kind of like a practice, but against another player, against another team. So you don't have that kind of outside interference of the fans. Is that making players kind of elevate their play? I mean, that would kind of make a lot of sense with Josh Allen, don't you think? Only his 3rd season in, but no fans. You can hear everything. You don't have to kind of yell over the yelling fans to call the plays. Everybody can hear you. Makes it a little bit easier. You don't have no drunken opposing fans screaming at you throughout the entire game. So it's going to be a little interesting here to see if anybody takes a big dip if these stadiums do get kind of full capacity by the start of the season. It will be really interesting to kind of see how some of these players compared to 2021, compared to 2020, and we'll have to kind of figure out if the fans in the stands, if that outside noise, if that extra pressure of what's a stadium, like 50,000 fans staring at you, yelling at you, expecting you to perform very well, expecting you to win the game. That's a lot of pressure, folks. So we'll see. It's going to be real interesting. Our metric that we kind of, base everything on, it's going to get changed a little bit here. So we're going to see the extended 2021 season, the fans in the stands. How's that going to compare to last season? So hopefully everything goes well. Hopefully we do have the stands, because I'm definitely missing that excitement. I'm definitely missing that energy. And it plays through the TV. You don't have to be there to feel that kind of crowd noise, that crowd energy. You can feel it from the TV, when it's actually, a good fan game, a close, good game. So like we said, it's going to be interesting. Our metric, man, we might have to adjust it because, with the extended game, like we said in 2021, and then, who knows? I'm guaranteeing, some, especially in basketball, when it's all kind of courtside and it's right there. I know some people are kind of performing a lot better right now with no fans than they are, without with fans. And I think the same thing can go for the NFL too. So we'll see how this all plays out if fans are in the stands like Roger Goodell expects them to be in 2021. Alrighty, moving on. We have a lot of kind of top tier names in this draft's pro days from yesterday and today. So the first one up yesterday was Alabama's pro day, and Mac Jones was working out, and Devontae Smith was catching some balls out there. So we get bonus Devontae Smith highlights. Love this man. I really want the Dolphins to go and get Devontae Smith over Ja'Marr Chase, just because we haven't seen Ja'Marr Chase play in 2020. That's the only knock I have on the man. We just haven't seen you. We've seen Devontae Smith literally get better every single season. Unfortunately for Ja'Marr Chase, I mean, he opted out for 2020, which I don't care about. You can do that. We're not going to knock you for that, but we're going to knock you for not seeing you in a year. That's it. So I do think Devontae Smith should be kind of the first wide receiver taken. We see Mac Jones airing out a huge deep ball to Devontae Smith. Let's count the yards on this ball. Mac Jones, we are decently impressed with Mac Jones. We just kind of, say that he had a lot of talent there. His 1 year starting at Alabama, and he's only kind of had one full year, and that was the COVID year under his belt. So we have to kind of, take everything that we see with Mac Jones here with a grain of salt. That's why I think he's kind of the best fit for the Patriots, because they can kind of go and develop a quarterback. They just developed Tom Brady. I mean, he was a 7th rounder. So, I mean, you can definitely, the Patriots definitely know how to make quarterbacks work that kind of aren't those top tier talents coming out of the draft immediately. So that's why I think Mac Jones is a perfect fit here. But, I mean, he's throwing this one, I think, from the 25-yard line, getting it all the way down to the 20-yard line. So 55 yards clean. Devontae Smith with the over-the-shoulder catch. No problem. Sure hands by the Heisman winner. And you may be saying to yourself, well, it's a pro day. Everything's going to be kind of clean. Everything's going to be caught. Well, that's where Mac Jones comes in, man. That's where we see Mac Jones flounder. I mean, he overthrows a deep ball on his pro day. Not good. I mean, if you're missing wide open throws with no defense in no pads, you're just out there in a shorts and a t-shirt. If you're overthrowing balls, that's not good. And we see Bill Belichick here. He was in attendance live in person, and he's shaking his head. This is not good at all. These coaches flew out to see you perform excellently, perfectionally, because there's no reason why you shouldn't be performing perfectionally. Why does that not sound right? Perfectionally, whatever. Because there's no pressure. There's no defensive pressure. Yes, there's outside pressure of the coaches and everybody literally judging everything you're doing. So yes, there's pressure on that. But if you're not performing well out here in just shorts and a t-shirt, you're overthrowing on the deep ball. Not great. And Bill Belichick's had a front row seat of seeing that. So that's definitely going to hurt Mac Jones a little bit. So it's going to be interesting, man. This whole draft, I really cannot place on which quarterback's going to go where and which quarterbacks are actually good, because the only one that I think is going to be really great is Trevor Lawrence, but we saw him kind of, getting worse from year to year. So was he just kind of a one-hit wonder? I can't truly believe in Trey Lance, just because he was from North Dakota State, and I really didn't like everything I saw against him. And then we just saw the stat the other day of him against the blitz is like ranked number 12th in quarterback, according to PFF. I can't buy the Ohio State quarterback. I always forget that man's name, Justin Fields. I just don't think he's clutch, and I think he throws way too many interceptions in big-time games, so can't trust him there. Zach Wilson, he's looking all right. I think he's probably my second favorite quarterback in this draft right now, but yeah, man, I cannot wait till draft night, folks. It's a lot of up in the air. We only know what number one is going to do. Usually, in the draft, we kind of know, 1 through 3, most likely they're all getting quarterbacks, or they're all going to get the best talent available, but now I have no idea what's going to happen, so I cannot wait till draft night. Come and join us. We've got our live draft show. We'll be going live April 29th here on twitch.tv/takesbyfans. So come join us for that, and we'll all kind of witness what happens together. But Mac Jones overthrowing deep balls in his pro day, not good. Alrighty, we all just saw that Bill Belichick was there at the Alabama Pro Day, but also the 49ers head coach Kyle Shanahan and general manager were both there in attendance as well. We get this nice little kind of 3 photos here on Twitter of all of them kind of lined up here, and then the super blur zoomed in of Billy B over there shaking his head from that overthrow. But yeah, I mean, this just tells us that the 49ers are going heavy in a quarterback. Now they are at number 3 because they did trade up to the Dolphins for that number 3 pick, and we know Trevor Lawrence is going number 1, so that's a quarterback right off the table that they're not going to be able to get. And we know the Jets are kind of questioning whether to stick with Sam Darnold or draft draft a quarterback. So, they don't know who's going to be available at number 3. They may have their kind of pick of the crop. Now, I'm not adding Trevor Lawrence into the pick of the crop because we all know he's going number 1. It's literally, it's 1,000% known, folks. Like, come on. So they don't know, they do like Zach Wilson. I think that's kind of the guy they're going after, just kind of looking at all the information and kind of seeing, the trade take place right on Zach Wilson's pro day. I think is a little bit coincidental for that. But if the Jets choose Zach Wilson at number 2, then they're going to be screwed, and they have to have a backup option that they are excited about. So we are kind of expecting the 49ers to draft a quarterback. We're just not really sure which one because we're not sure what the Jets are doing at number 2 with Sam Darnold. But they're all out here for the pro days, folks. They are all out here. Now, I understand, coaches, you should be. I mean, you've got nothing else to do. So, yes, go out live and watch the pro days. I get all of that. But, they are kind of going to the schools with the good quarterbacks. Alrighty, moving on to some more pro days. Jamar Chase just ran a 4.38 unofficial 40 at his pro day yesterday. Was this yesterday? LSU, I think LSU is today, but today, yesterday, whatever happened. Jamar Chase, he's fast, folks, and we know that. I mean, nobody was really questioning his speed or his ability. We're just kind of questioning, is he good to go right now? We know he took the season off. I'm sure he's still in kind of game shape. Is he going to kind of decrease a little bit? That's kind of the one thing. That's the only red flag. Did he just have a great season in 2019 and isn't able to follow it up? Or is that just the beginning, like Devontae Smith getting better every single season? So he's going to be a great talent. He should be a great talent. He has all the tangibles, and we saw him be great for 1 year. So if you can do it once, hopefully you can do it again. So he's going to definitely get drafted. He's going to be, the second wide receiver drafted, or even the first. I mean, it's going to be Jamar Chase and Devontae Smith. Those are going to be the first 2 wide receivers taken off the board. But a little bit more of a question mark here with Jamar Chase. I think in this draft, I go with the sure talent. Played all 4 seasons at Alabama. Won a Heisman Trophy in 2020. I think I got to give it for Devontae Smith at number 1. But if you want this nice 4.38 40 on your wide receiver core, then go and get Jamar Chase because speed is out there in the draft, folks. Alrighty, Kyle Pitts. Oh my, this man right here. Holy moly, folks. This is going to be something special, folks. I want the Dolphins to draft this man just so we don't have to face him for at least 3 to 4 seasons. That's why I want the Dolphins to go ahead and get this man. But, oh boy, Kyle Pitts, tight end from Florida. We are big on this man. He's going to easily be the first tight end drafted this year. Absolutely, hands down, no question, no doubt. This man, it's freakish athleticism. Plus, going along with what Darren Waller, a tight end for the Raiders, is doing at 6'6", just absolutely getting it done. And, the tight end position, it's not new that it's great in this league. I mean, it goes back to the Patriots, but still, Gronk still gets it done. Travis Kelce still gets it done. Second leading wide receiver for the entire team, and he's a tight end on that Chiefs team. George Kittle. So, it's nothing new that tight ends are great, but we're kind of getting into this upper echelon new tier of just freakishly built tight ends. Like Darren Waller's kind of like this new school of tight ends, and Kyle Pitts is right along with him. So he had his pro day today. Kyle Pitts has a longer wingspan than any wide receiver or tight end in the NFL at 83 3/8 inches in the last 20 years, breaking DK Metcalf's record. So DK Metcalf was the previous longest wingspan in the league, and we know how great he is. It's just kind of the offense got figured out in the second half. It's nothing that, that DK Metcalf kind of did himself. He's still freakishly athletic. So you get his wingspan, you get the quickness of Darren Waller, you still get the height of Darren Waller. This man is just literally tight end and wide receiver fused together, and he's getting it done out here. So just absolutely magnificently built that this man is. So he's got the big old wingspan, and then he just had his he just ran his 40 time today, and guess what it is? 4.40. Are you kidding me? Basically, just a tad slower than Jamar Chase, the huge, fast wide receiver that just praises his game on his ability in the kind of running and acceleration and speeding game of Jamar Chase. But Kyle Pitts is out here way taller than Jamar Chase, a tight end, and is running 4.44 40s. Oh, folks, he's going to be dangerous. He's going to be dangerous. He's going to be elite. He's going to be lethal. He's going to be scoring touchdowns. He's going to be unguardable in this league. Darren Waller's already unguardable, and we're seeing that this man's better than Darren Waller, or, at least, physically in what we've been seeing so far. But watch out, Kyle Pitts. I don't know. Maybe the 49ers are trading up to number 3 to draft this man. Having George Kittle and Kyle Pitts, you wouldn't even need a receiver. You could literally just run jumbo formation with your running back and just literally play action, run, play action, deep ball to Kyle Pitts, the tight end, having both George Kittle and Kyle Pitts just running fade routes the entire game, and that would work. You would probably win and put up 40 points a game doing that. So maybe that's the direction the 49ers are moving. Not even a quarterback. Maybe this is all a ruse. Maybe they're just like, we got to get this freaking tight end. Do you not see what he's doing out here? Maybe they didn't go to Florida's pro day just so they can kind of throw off the scent that they're not getting him at number 3. Whatever they're doing there in the 49ers, you should at least think about drafting Kyle Pitts, honestly. Whew, man, that man's looking real freaking great. Alrighty, more pro days out here. Justin Fields just had his pro day. I believe this one was yesterday. But yeah, just going deep ball here. I'm not doubting this man's accuracy or his, or just kind of his throwing ability, his arm power, but I am kind of doubting him in the big games. I just did not like what I saw from him kind of in the playoff games and in the bowl games that he's had this season and last season and his career there. It's just too many interceptions for me. It's too much just kind of not winning in clutch scenarios. Now, this ball is absolutely beautiful. Don't get us wrong. And we just kind of saw this kind of exact same throw with Zach Wilson, and it's absolutely amazing. Just rolling out, kind of, setting your feet really quickly and launching the ball. Oh my goodness, I can't count the yards quite. I want to say that's the 25, maybe throwing it from the 20-yard line. Getting it all the way down to the freaking 5 or the 10. Is that right? How long? I can't get a firm read on this. Anybody in the comments saying anything? I want to say that's like 65 yards. I want to say that's freaking 65 yards. 50, 45, 40, 35, 30. All right, so that's about 60 yards. That's about 60 yards. It's absolutely fantastic. So yes, we all know Justin Fields has a strong arm. Just the interceptions and when you're facing the best teams, just don't think he kind of plays his best. I don't really think he just kind of plays at the same level when he's facing the elite competition. So that's the only red flag that I have on this man. But yeah, I mean, this will elevate your draft stock. Absolutely. I don't care if it's in just shorts and a t-shirt. I don't care if it's in the game. Whatever you're throwing out there, I want to see it because I'm always impressed by these long ass throws, rolling out, not even kind of squaring up and throwing it 60 yards. Just kind of doing it real quick. I love it. So that's Justin Fields. We'll see where he goes. Alrighty, I believe that's all the pro day news that we got. So let's move on to what Bruce Arians just did the other day. He got a tattoo of the Super Bowl logo right here with the Bucs flag. So absolutely deserved. I mean, if I won a Super Bowl, I'd probably get a tattoo as well. I mean, so looks like it's right on his back. I know this isn't the greatest picture to look at. I mean, when we're just kind of like looking up close, it's a little. But I believe this is on the left shoulder, as we kind of see. I'm assuming this is his head right here. This looks to be an ear. I hope that's an ear anyway. So it looks like it's on the back of his left shoulder blade right here. And, he's been in this league for a while, has never won the big game. I don't think he's ever gotten to the big game. Tom Brady just handing out Lombardis to whoever he wants. You want a trophy? You want some Super Bowl credit? You want to finally get your first trophy? You've been in the league how long? 13 years, and you don't have a ring? Come on, I'll get you one. Come over here to us. And that's exactly what happened to Bruce Arians this season. So absolutely fantastic. We saw that the Bucs brought everybody back, so make room for a tattoo on that right shoulder blade, Bruce, because you could be looking at back-to-back right here, and you may be able to three-peat. So, the shoulder blades are going to be occupied with Super Bowl tattoos. You're going to have to find a third spot, and I don't know where Bruce Arians would do it. I don't know where the third one would go, but you better start thinking about it, Bruce, because absolutely well-deserved here. Great coaching, great, the fact that this man didn't even kind of take that first year of like, all right, now we've got all this talent. Let's kind of, take this first year and get it all settled in so next year we can make the run. Bruce Arians is like, no. We've got the talent. Y'all know what to do. Tom Brady's been to 7 Super Bowls. He knows what to do. I've been a winning coach in this league. I just haven't been winning when it counts, but I know how to win in this league. I went 8-8 with Jameis Winston, who threw 30 freaking interceptions. I think I can coach my way at least to the freaking NFC Championship game, and then I'll have Tom Brady take over in the Super Bowl. But, just great coaching job by Bruce Arians. We've kind of been hearing a lot about his coaching staff being, diverse, but hey, it works, right? Hey, getting other opinions. I absolutely love that about Bruce Arians. His kind of reasoning of being kind of a diverse coach. He's like, hey, I want to hear from everybody. I'm not always going to have the best answer. I like to get challenged. If people have other ideas that I like, yeah, that's what we're rocking with. So I definitely respect Bruce Arians 1,000% for that, because I feel the same way. Like, let's get input from everybody. People have different experiences. People have different points of view. And when you put them all together, you're usually going to get kind of the best overall game plan, the best overall solution to a problem, and that's what Bruce Arians has done this season. So absolutely, truly well-deserved here. Get another tattoo on that right shoulder blade. You better be shaving that a little. He's got a little bit of, a little bit of back hair on the man, understandable, but you better start shaving that right shoulder blade for that Super Bowl. What do we got? What's the next one? 50... What do we just have? What is this one? 55? So 56. Get Super Bowl 56. Gonna have to get that on the right shoulder blade. Alrighty, moving on, and man, oh man, I'm just truly, every day, folks, I'm just more and more impressed with this Colts organization, and I truly cannot wait to watch this Colts team play this year. So Colts senior offensive assistant Press Taylor says, quote, Indy trading for Wentz was, quote, a no-brainer for me. Once again, everybody's excited about Carson Wentz in the Colts organization. That's a complete 180, a complete opposite of what the Eagles were on with Carson Wentz. They're like, oh, we still got Carson Wentz? You're still here? You didn't even win the Super. I thought, like, if you didn't play in the Super Bowl, you just didn't come back. I thought that was kind of a rule. Oh, you're still here? Oh, okay. Well, good luck. Did you see the Nick Foles statue out in front? It's pretty good, right? So I don't think really anybody wanted Carson Wentz to be an Eagle, whether it's kind of his own teammates or the front office or the head coach, the general manager, anything like that. But we're hearing everybody's excited about Carson Wentz here in Indianapolis. We see Michael Pittman Jr., kind of, excited for him. T.Y. Hilton just re-signed a 1-year deal to, have Carson Wentz be his quarterback, because T.Y. Hilton could have left. He could have been like, you know what, I'm out of here. I'm not playing for a new quarterback every single season. I'm done with this. I want to go somewhere else where I can win a ring. But he goes to Indy, so he believes he's going to win a ring there. I love it. So the players are all buying into him. We see the coach, Frank Wright, has history with him and is absolutely excited about him. We get, senior offensive assistants. I don't even know if that's a big title, but whatever it is, he's excited about Carson Wentz. So everybody's getting jazzed. Everybody's getting pumped for Carson Wentz. And I think that's all he needs. He just needs a little bit of faith backing him up. He just needs to kind of not be liked, but just kind of be noted, be appreciated a little bit. I mean, everybody wants to be appreciated. You don't want to go into work where literally everybody hates you. Everybody's like, why is he here? Oh, he's still here? Why is he still here? He didn't even win us the Super Bowl. Why is this man here? So he can't stay healthy. Why is he here? So I think this is just a great fresh start here for Carson Wentz. And I'm telling you, watch this man throw for 5,000 yards and get to the Super Bowl, because that's what I'm expecting from Carson Wentz this season. Everything's in place for this man to have a great season, and I'm all about it. Watch out for the Colts, man. Alrighty, we have a top 10 here from the 2020 season. This time we're looking at the Giants. I don't think we've watched this one already. We know that the NFL is starting to pump out some duplicates because we just got bamboozled of almost doing the same exact thing with the Bills yesterday. So don't think we've watched the Giants here in their top 10 place. So let's see what we get. Let's watch Daniel Jones work. I want all 10 of these top 10 plays to be Daniel Jones airing it out, because I think he's a little slept on in this league. And I'm definitely, him getting all this help for this at the wide receiver position in 2021, I think it's going to be real great. And having Saquon Barkley back, I mean, come on, folks, come on. Two big quarterbacks to watch out for in 2021, because they are getting kind of their second half. Their running back counterpart is Daniel Jones with Saquon Barkley and Teddy Bridgewater with Christian McCaffrey. So definitely watch out for Teddy B and Daniel Jones. Now that they're getting their great running game back, they should be even better. So definitely have to see these two quarterbacks take strides from last season to this season in 2021, because they are getting their running back counterparts back. But I definitely expect them both to kind of perform well and perform great and perform how they should be and be playoff contenders. So here we go. Daniel Jones, the Giants' best plays of 2020. Let's see what we got. First play up against the Cowboys in the fourth quarter. Danny Dimes going deep. Yes, sir. Look at that, man. Just, nice, trusting his wide receivers. It's a one-on-one matchup, throwing it high and away. That's what we like to see. Oh, we're getting a 2-for-1 here. Not only do we get a Giants defensive play here, but it's going to be against Mitch Trubisky. Are we going to be able to see a Mitch Trubisky pick here? Let's see Mitch Trubisky trying to throw it and test these corners of the Giants. And what are we doing out here? Let's watch this pass real quick. That's not a bad, it's a little underthrown. We see, the receiver having to kind of go over, kind of come back to the ball. So underthrown. Defender didn't even play the ball. It just kind of fell in his hands. But classic Mitch Trubisky throwing a pick. We know this. Come on. Alrighty, number 8 here, the reverse, the fake, and then he just dumps it off to Saquon Barkley, and this was before he got injured, and look what this man was doing. Oh yeah, wide open, hurdling some players, taking on 3 defenders, almost beating, that looked like Minkah Fitzpatrick to the corner, and then just hurdling other players, so this man can get it done. I mean, this is what the offense can be, man. This is what the offense can be. Week 1 against the Steelers, Saquon Barkley all healthy. Man, oh man, gotta respect the Giants, folks, coming into this season, truly. Alrighty, once again, week 1 against the Steelers. Here we go. Daniel Jones going deep. Oh, wide open. And that's what we're talking about. The Steelers having to respect the run game. That just opens up Daniel Jones airing it out. 50 yards, wide open. What a ball. What a ball. The receiver had like 3 steps on the defender. Safety coming over. Couldn't get there in time. Daniel Jones puts it absolutely on the money. Now here we go. Again against the Eagles here. Week 7, trusting Golden Tate here. And there's the touchdown. Look at where this ball is placed. Absolutely fantastic. Don't think the defender had a chance to make a play on the ball, so his accuracy, we're loving it, folks, and that went for a touchdown. Here we go. Number 5 escapes the pressure. This man's elusive, athletic, and then he goes and spins for the first down. I mean, his running game is truly underrated, folks. You have to respect what he can do with his dual threat running game, because he can get it done. And here it is. Perfect example right here. Perfect example right here, folks. He's outrunning everybody. But he falls at the end. That's so comical. That's classic Daniel Jones, man. Man, oh man, why did you fall when nobody's ahead of you? But man, you don't pay too much attention to this man just tripping over nothing, but just respect his speed. He is sneaky fast, folks. Obviously, he's not as fast as Lamar Jackson or Patrick Mahomes, but he's like Ryan Tannehill plus like 1 a little bit, I would say. All right, defense again. Another pick here by Dak Prescott. Oof, not great by Dak Prescott. And it goes all the way for the touchdown. So, once again, I mean, this Giants defense is decent. I mean, I don't think it's that bad. I mean, they were really kind of competitive every single game this season. So, just have to, shore up a couple of spots. They shored up their offense through free agency. Let's see what they do in the draft to kind of shore up their defense. Here we go, week 17 against the Cowboys. This time it's Andy Dalton, so we can see the pick here and not feel bad. Look at that. Look at that. Awful throw there. 3rd and goal by Andy Dalton here, down in the fourth quarter with like a minute left, and they're down 4, and Andy Dalton just lets this one lob out of his hand. Maybe hit as he was throwing, but who cares? It's Andy Dalton. He's trash anyway. Congratulations, Bears. That's what you're looking at this season. Absolute garbageness. Here he goes. Look at him go. I don't even think he got hit as he was throwing. I think he got hit after the throw, but I think he just threw it up and prayed on 3rd and goal when he had one more opportunity left. He just throws it away. All right. I would never. All righty, here we go. Number 1 play against Washington. Ball comes out. Who is that? Is that Taylor Heineke fumbling? Ugh. I think it may have been Taylor Heineke. Who is that? That's not Heineke, is it? I don't know. The Washington football team had so many quarterbacks this season. But either way, I mean, scoop and score for the Giants touchdown defensively. Let's get it. So definitely excited to watch this Giants team play, especially with Saquon Barkley back. Man, oh man, do I miss Saquon Barkley. Probably my second favorite running back currently in the league. Obviously, Derrick Henry number 1 and Saquon Barkley number 2. Just great athletes, freakish kind of build that they have, and they all get it done. So watch out for the Giants next season, folks. They are going to be fine. They're going to be good, and I'm going to go out on a limb here, and I'm not even going to call it a limb. I'm just going to call it Giants are winning the NFC East, or the Washington football team, because I got to respect Ron Rivera, what he's doing. But got to give it up for Danny Dimes over there. Alrighty, here we go. I'm calling fake news on this, folks. I'm ready to call fakeness. We've got April Fool's Day coming up tomorrow, folks. And who makes an appearance 2 days before April Fool's Day? Michael Strahan. And he says goodbye to his gap teeth. Come on. Is anybody believing this? This comes from his official Twitter account, where he posts a video of him getting his teeth fixed. No more gap, but I'm calling fake on this one, folks. We've heard time and time again of Michael Strahan saying, hey, this is my identity. I'm not going to change it. This is me. If I change it, I lose my brand. All of this, blah, blah, blah. He's got his own kind of clothing company, and it's a gap tooth. What are we doing? You're going to lose that, man. So I'm not buying this. And then in this short clip, you hear Michael Strahan saying, I want to be my best self and all of this, but that kind of totally goes against what he's been saying. So I think he's trying to sell this a little too hard here, folks, and I think this is going to be some stunt. I don't think on April Fool's Day he's just going to be, be like, oh, I actually didn't do this. I think it's going to be a stunt, folks. It's going to be a spectacle, whether he gets punched on the street or something, or he gets punched or something hits his face, and he's like, oh, my teeth, and it goes back. So I'm not buying this, folks. I'm here to say I'm not buying this. I want to see this on April 2nd. If he still has the nice teeth on April 2nd, then I will truly believe it. But we got April Fool's Day coming up tomorrow, folks. So watch out for this man to pull a big prank, get some clout for this, which is going to be funny. I mean, if this is truly a prank, I mean, this is great. I mean, he's selling everybody. Let's see what the comments are saying. Let's see if the comments are selling people. Let's see what we get. So he does fix his teeth here in the video. I don't know if I was saying that while I was blabbing on, but yeah, I mean, look, it looks great. I mean, if this is truly real, this is great. This is fantastic. Look at those freaking chompers. Look at those chompers. Straight. Looking good. Oh, yeah. I want my teeth to look that good. Gosh darn. But, yeah, I'm calling shenanigans on this. I'm calling April Fool's prank. I think he did it correctly. I mean, this video is absolutely selling me almost 100%, 99%, but I am seeing through it a little bit. But he goes to this elite dentist. He's shouting out the dentist, giving them clout, shouting out the doctor right here, really selling it, telling a story. Man, I just want to, have these teeth. I just want to feel comfortable, all of this, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I mean, just selling it, multiple day visits, all of this. So he's selling it very well. And, a minute clean cut video. Everything's filmed brilliantly in HD 4K. So I definitely appreciate the production that went into this. But we're calling fakeness here. Let's see if the comments are selling everybody. Okay. Is this an April Fool's prank? All right. What the fuck? Somebody says. Damn, don't feel right. No one is going to recognize him. The gap is iconic, but if he is happier with his new look, then that is pretty awesome too. Oh, the class. That man ate it up all day. Yo, bro, your smile was good before. Now that's an award-winning smile. I would give an award to that smile. Absolutely. It's looking a little too damn good. But if you're going to fix your teeth, I mean, go all out, right? And Fox NFL Sundays will never be the same. End of an era. Some people eating it up a little bit. He got that Steve Harvey smile. He got that Steve Harvey smile now. It's pretty funny. Why the fuck is everyone so mad? Look how happy he is without it. Who cares if it was iconic? Maybe he didn't like it. That's that it's what he was known for. That man was eating it up all day. Bro don't even look like himself. Truly, yeah, he does kind of look a little different. No, that was an iconic look. Yeah, I mean, people are eating it up, folks. I'm not buying it, though. Show us this video on April 2nd. Let's see if it's true, but we'll keep an eye on it tomorrow. April Fool's show. We'll see what happens. Alrighty, these last couple stories are basketball stories. So here we go. Andre Drummond, he's making his Laker debut today against the Bucks. Yes, sir. Great opponent to, get your feet wet. Absolutely. We haven't seen this man play in forever. I think he's played like 10 to 14 games this season for the Cavs until they decided they're going to trade him and just rest him for the entire rest of his time there. Great here for the Lakers. Definitely need them. No LeBron James, no Anthony Davis. They definitely need another a great player just on that team, and this man can get you 17 points and 15 rebounds a game. I think that's what he's averaging here this season, just getting it done down low on the glass, an absolute monster. Now, the only thing I'm a little nervous about here, we'll see what the actual spread is, and we'll decide if we'll take this action here tonight once we get to our Moneymaker segment. But Andre Drummond, he just hasn't played in so long. Is he going to be fresh? Is he going to just be instantly acclimated into this rhythm of the Lakers offense and just kind of where he fits in? That's where I'm having a little trouble taking this game. But if we're getting, 8, 10 plus points here for the Lakers, I'll take that. I'll trust Andre Drummond to be great his first game, and I'm all about it. So we'll see what the spread is and decide if we'll take it. But Andre Drummond making his debut here for the Lakers tonight. Cannot wait. And no March Madness on tonight, so we might get nationally televised NBA games tonight, and I wouldn't see why the Lakers and Bucks wouldn't be one of those great options to put on TV. So once again, we'll talk about that once we get to our kind of segment. Alrighty, Demarcus Cousins, he's kind of been, the lone man out now. He saw LaMarcus Aldridge get signed. He saw Andre Drummond get signed. He's like, hey, what about little old me over here? I'm still good. I know I'm, a little older. I haven't been able to stay healthy. I've been passed around the league about 10 different times in the last 2 seasons, but what about me? So, Demarcus Cousins and the Clippers are discussing a 10-day contract. No decision is expected until next week, but the Clippers are basically going to be able to get Demarcus Cousins here. This is going to happen. I don't see this not happening. So Clippers looking for another big. They've got Zubac, who they've just were working with yesterday, and they lost to the Magic, just absolutely atrocious. And Serge Ibaka's been a little injured these last couple games. I think he's missed like the last 5 games or something like that for the Clippers. So they're looking to kind of beef up their number 5 position a little bit here. DeMarcus Cousins, if he can stay healthy, he's a good player out there. But you have DeMarcus Cousins, Zubac, and Ibaka. I like Ibaka, but I don't kind of categorize him as kind of a tier 1 big, maybe kind of average tier 2 big. DeMarcus Cousins has to be tier 3 big right now just because, he hasn't played in forever and hasn't been able to stay healthy. And Zubac, you're coming off the bench a lot, so I would probably, categorize him as kind of tier 3 big as well. So no real great big here for the Clippers. We just saw them flounder with only Kawhi Leonard last night against the Magic. I mean, they had the game, but that second half, the fourth quarter, they blow it and lose the game. So absolutely atrocious loss there by the Clippers, even with Kawhi Leonard playing. So we'll see what happens, but I'm still not ready to go 100% on this Clippers team. Still not really buying them, and their loss last night, oh my goodness, truly atrocious. So that probably propelled them to go out and reach out to DeMarcus Cousins because they're like, what the hell, man? We can't even beat the Magic, who literally sold out every single one of their players. They sold them. They got rid of them. And now we're kind of working with our third stringers and B team mixed together, and they're still beating the Clippers. So not great there. Alrighty, and then the last story to talk about. Oh my goodness, if this happens, holy moly! We all know the elite team that Brooklyn has built with Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving and James Harden, and LeBron James is like, hang on, let me get some of that action over there. What y'all got going on? So, quote here by Brian Windhorst, like the official reporter of LeBron James. That's the only reason why he has kind of a big career there on ESPN. But this is what he says, Brian Windhorst. Quote, Steph is eligible for a contract extension this summer, and LeBron has started recruiting him at All-Star break. So we'll see what happens. Does Steph Curry team up with LeBron James? Could you imagine, folks? Could you mother-loving imagine? That would be the greatest super team ever assembled. You've got the greatest shooter of all time, Steph Curry, and then I'll say you got the greatest of all time in LeBron James. I don't care. I'm saying it. So you got those two greatness pairing up together. And then, whoever just comes along for the ride comes along for the ride. Whether, LeBron goes to Golden State and they still have Klay Thompson and Draymond Green. Oh, my goodness. Could you imagine a lineup of Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Draymond Green, LeBron James, and whoever they stick in, whatever spot they need left to fill out their five? Ooh, man. Oh, man. I'm talking undefeated season. I'm talking three-peat. I'm talking never losing a game ever. So we'll see what happens. I'm all about it. It's going to be a little tough. I don't know if Steph Curry leaves Golden State ever, and I don't know if LeBron James will leave Los Angeles now that, Kobe's dead, unfortunately, rest in peace. But I don't know if LeBron James would leave the Lakers like that now. So, it's going to depend on who's going to go where and, who's going to sacrifice and go to the other team or a new team or something like that. But definitely really interesting here, definitely intriguing, and we'll keep an eye on it as it, obviously comes a little bit closer to that being a realistic thing. Alrighty, those are all the stories we needed to cover for today. Let's quickly head over to March Madness very, very quickly. No games on tonight, but the Elite Eight just wrapped up yesterday. We are still currently in first place. Like we said, we've really wrapped it up here. There is no way we lose, so that's great for us. We will stay in first place here. I was a little nervous there. I was like, are we going to lose our own bracket challenge? That's not really great, right? But hey, we win it, and that's all that matters, right? We win our own pool tournament, so that's what we're talking about. Alrighty, but last night, Gonzaga versus USC. Gonzaga just having no trouble here, folks. This team is looking real good. This is why everybody is choosing them. They are getting it done offensively, defensively. I mean, they're winning by 20 points every single game. Really no contest out there. So Gonzaga, they have everything, the offense, the defense, and they are looking truly elite here in the Final Four. And man, oh man, if you didn't choose Gonzaga to win, I think you're a little bit shaking in your boots a little bit. You got this little underdog in the Final Four that you're kind of rocking with. Let's say you picked UCLA, you're like, all right, I'm feeling good. But you say, oh my goodness, they have to go against Gonzaga. If they face against Baylor, I'd be fine. If they face against Houston, I'd be fine. But Gonzaga, no. So very well done to Gonzaga getting the win last night, getting to the Final Four, and just looking truly unstoppable, man. And then Michigan and UCLA, holy moly, what a great game by UCLA. Kept it close. I mean, they got out to a really bad start. They put up 4 points in the first 10 minutes of the game, but they kept with it. Their defense kept with it. They stayed with it. They stayed the course. They ended up getting the lead right before halftime. They kept that lead. It came down to that final last 3 minutes. It was truly intense. Great close game going back and forth, missing some free throws, and then the other team would take advantage and get the lead, and then it would go back to the other team. So UCLA just absolutely very well done to close it out against number 1 ranked Michigan. Very well done. And let's remind everybody, UCLA was in a playing tournament. No, were they a playing game for BYU? So just absolutely magnificent. Now, what's a little funny, which I want to kind of say real quick, we chose BYU to get to the Final Four, but it's UCLA and they faced each other round 1. So, we knew the Final Four would come from one of those two teams. We just picked the wrong one, unfortunately. But yeah, very well done to UCLA going against Gonzaga. Man, oh man, that's going to be the test. That's going to be the test right there. Can UCLA beat Gonzaga? I don't think so. But that's what we got going on. Gonzaga versus UCLA and Baylor versus Houston. Also, they're all playing both on Saturday, I believe, the 3rd. What's April 3rd? Yeah, Saturday. So prepare for those games, 5 o'clock and 8 o'clock. For the finals, which gets played on Monday, I believe. So here we go, man. March Madness wrapping up. It's always unfortunate when it comes to a close, but we still have a couple of days left to kind of relish in it. So don't just give up on March Madness just quite yet. We still got the championships to crown, folks. Alrighty. All right. Let's go head over to what happened in the NBA last night. See what's going on. Only a couple of games, 4 games. Unfortunately, the Clippers lose on our moneymaker. We swallowed a lot of points with them, I think 11, and they can't even get the win. But we chose the Nuggets -5. They win by 9. Fantastic there. So 1-for-1 on our moneymaker. Truly unfortunate. We will never trust the Clippers again. We'll tell you that. So we'll talk about these games. We'll do our moneymaker for the NBA's action today. Hopefully we get some prime time nationally televised games on tonight. I mean, we've been going about like 5 days without having a game on TV like that. Come on, got to get back on it. I know March Madness is here, but shoot, folks, come on. We're talking about professionals out here. We're talking about new players on new teams right after the trade deadline, and we're missing games of that. So hopefully we get back on track today with some nationally broadcast games. But the first game up from last night, yes, sir, Hornets and Wizards, and Hornets get the win, 114-104. Nice 10-point win here for the Hornets, and holy moly, can we talk about how impressed I am with this Hornets team of still winning games without LaMelo Ball and still getting it done. So absolutely fantastic. Now we see a little bit of a shift here in the starting lineup. So Terry Rozier for the Hornets is at the 1, Devontae Graham at the 2. We kind of saw that reverse. We saw Devontae Graham being kind of the point guard there with LaMelo Ball out, but they switch it up there. PJ Washington at the 3, Gordon Hayward at the 4, and Bismack Biyombo still at the 5. So a little bit of a shakeup on the lineup, but it still went pretty well. So here we go. The Hornets, Terry Rozier, 27 points, 4 assists, 7 rebounds, getting it done. 5 of 10 from 3, 50% from the field overall. I mean, Terry Rozier, give it up for this man. Super consistent out here, and he can get it done. He can go and score the 35 when he needs to, or settle into, 25, 20-plus points category like he has been doing. So absolutely fantastic. Terry Rozier, truly underrated, and is getting it done here for this Hornets team. Love it. All right, Devontae Graham, 17 points, 3 steals, 6 assists, 5 rebounds on 41% shooting, 3 of 9 from 3. It's a little average right there, but, great points, great everything else, great defense. He was a plus 11 on the court, so fantastic, the highest plus-minus on the court. So, I mean, the guards are getting it done. They are deep at the guard position. Love it. Man, I'm so impressed with this Hornets team. All right, Bismack Biyombo, 6 points, 4 rebounds, a -3 on the floor. Like we said, we just want a great big. Why couldn't Andre Drummond come to the Hornets? That would have been great. That would have been fantastic. Unfortunately, we don't get that, so they have to kind of settle with Cody Zeller and Bismack Biyombo. They're good. Cody Zeller off the bench had 16 points and 13 rebounds, so that's fantastic. All right, let's finish up these starters right here. Gordon Hayward, 26 points, 6 assists, 11 rebounds. Great night. He shot 3 of 3 from 3. Fantastic, and 47% overall. So great night by Gordon Hayward, moving to the 4. Definitely helps him out a little bit. And then PJ Washington at the 3 here. Not a great game, but good defense. 5 points, 5 rebounds on 2 of 5 shooting, and he was a +4 on the court. So starters all getting it done. Love it. Love it. And then off the bench, like we just said, Cody Zeller was the best person coming off the bench. Miles Bridges had 8 points, 2 assists, and 3 rebounds. And Caleb Martin had 7 points and 2 assists off the bench in only 15 minutes. So this Hornets team, man, they're not the deepest. They still got Malik Monk, who didn't play this game. So they're not the deepest, and they don't have the greatest big, but they all just play together. They're like the Raptors, folks. This is the new Raptors team, the new and improved Raptors team. Everybody's kind of role players here, really no true superstars, and they're all getting it done together. So absolutely magnificent here by the Hornets, winning another. The only game they lost without LaMelo Ball was against the Suns, and it was close. It was like a 3 to 6 point loss. So give it up to the Hornets, man. Woo! I'm ready to move them up. I know we move our or update our power rankings on Friday, but man, oh man, I'm ready. You know what? That's what we're doing right now. I don't care. Clippers are at 9. This is a perfect opportunity to switch them. I'm dropping down the Clippers to number 10, and I'm moving the Hornets up to number 9. Over it. I'm ready to celebrate this Hornets team even more, and I'm ready to drop off this Clippers team. We moved them up into the top 10 for the first time in a couple of weeks, and, we started slow with them. That's why we started them at 9, but, I mean, losing against the Magic, I don't care that Paul George and Patrick Beverley didn't play. The Magic literally just traded away all their good pieces. Now we're talking about B and C team mixing together in that starting lineup, and the Clippers still had Kawhi Leonard, so there's no excuse for the Clippers to be losing last night. I know I should be saving all this for when we talk about the game, but I got to start talking about it now because it's boiling me. It's boiling me inside. So very well done to the Hornets. Let's get back on track. We just moved them up in our power rankings to number 9. Alrighty, the Wizards now. No Bradley Beal for them, unfortunate, and Russell Westbrook tries to get it done himself. And I mean, does Russell Westbrook play better without Bradley Beal on the floor? I mean, you need Bradley Beal on the floor just for his scoring output, but man, oh man, Russell Westbrook not turning the ball over a lot without him on the floor, so not bad. So Russell Westbrook, 22 points, 14 assists, 15 rebounds, shot 35%, classic, 4 of 9 from 3, which is a little bit better. He did have 5 turnovers still, which is not the greatest, obviously, but everything. Like we said, 5's really the max. We'll swallow the 5 there. We don't want to see 6 or definitely 8, like he's been putting up a couple of times this season. But I'll give him the 5 turnovers there. Unfortunately, just couldn't get it done. It's a little unfortunate, this Wizards team, no Bradley Beal, but this should be a team that Wizards should be able to beat, the Hornets. You know what I mean? And they still can't get it done. So I like the Hornets better than the Wizards. I think we've been kind of saying that for a while now. Just a little lackluster here by the Hornets or the Wizards, but let's finish off everybody else here. All right, Jerome Robinson fills in for Bradley Beal, 12 points, 3 assists, 3 rebounds on 35% shooting, 2 of 8 from 3. That's not what Bradley Beal does. Alex Len still there at the 5. Wizards, if they had a better, like a center like Robin Lopez, he did have a pretty good night as well off the bench, 16 points and 11 rebounds, so I'll give it to him. But the starting centers here, Alex Len, 10 points, 5 rebounds, Bismack Biyombo, not really great. Rui Hachimura had a fantastic game, and I think this is kind of why I think Bradley Beal hurts this Wizards team a little bit more than he helps them. We know that he's got great scoring output, but nobody else has good games with Bradley Beal and Russell Westbrook on the floor. But when it's just Russell Westbrook, we get some good performances here. Rui Hachimura, 30 points on 48% shooting. So 30 points for Rui Hachimura, 3 assists and 4 rebounds, not bad. And then you still got Alex Len in 10 points, Jerome Robinson in 12 points, and Robin Lopez, 16 points off the bench, where, when it's Bradley Beal and Russell Westbrook, really nobody else can get to that double-digit point besides Davis Bertans, but he hasn't been playing in a while. So Wizards lose. No really truly great performances. Russell Westbrook doing classic Russell Westbrook things. Rui Hachimura got 30, but he was still a -4 on the floor, unfortunately. So just a little unfortunate there. Wizards couldn't beat the Hornets, but shout out to those Hornets, man. Alrighty, let's move on to the 76ers and the Nuggets, and oh my goodness, folks, I think I'm ready to move up this Nuggets team. Watch out for Friday. We're not going to, move everybody here today in our power rankings, but where are they at currently, this Nuggets team? They're number 6. I think I'm ready to move them up into the top 3, honestly. I think I'm ready. I think I've seen enough. Aaron Gordon with this team is absolutely magnificent. Now, I know Joel Embiid still did not play for the 76ers. I get it, but I got to give it up for this Nuggets team. Everything is really working. They're all looking real good out there, and everybody is kind of getting their own, I would say. I think this offense, I was a little skeptical on how it would work, but I think it's going to work fantastic. I think it's already working fantastic, and they've won the first 2 games with Aaron Gordon, where Vucevic goes to the Bulls and they can't even get a win right yet. So here we go. The Nuggets, Jamal Murray, 30 points, 3 steals, 4 assists, 6 rebounds on 50% shooting, and 5 of 11 from 3. So a great night by Jamal Murray. Will Barton's kind of, the only non-superstar in this starting lineup, and he's at the 2. So he had 4 points on 0% shooting, 0 of 7 from the field. Only his points came from the free throw line. So, you can kind of expect that from, not Jamal Murray, not Jokic, not Aaron Gordon, not Michael Porter Jr. So we'll see what happens here at the 2, if anybody can kind of get to that kind of starting kind of shooting guard spot there, or if they keep it with Will Barton. But he didn't have a great game. 4 points, 6 assists, 7 rebounds. So the assists and rebounds is good, but he's also a -2 on the floor in a win. Not great. But let's get back to these great starters here. Jokic, 21 points, 5 assists, 10 rebounds. Fantastic. Aaron Gordon, 6 points, 1 steal, 1 assist, 4 rebounds. He only took 4 shots and hit 75%, so that's why the little lackluster on the points. But everybody else was scoring. We had Jamal Murray, 30 points, Jokic with 21 points. We're going to get to Michael Porter Jr. in a second, but he had 27 points. But the great thing about Aaron Gordon, that defense of +19 led the floor in the plus-minus category, so getting it done defensively as well. And then Michael Porter Jr. at the 3 to round out the starters. 27 points, 12 rebounds, 4 assists on 68% shooting, and 5 of 7 from 3. I think this is the best game he's played all season, folks. And it's with Aaron Gordon in the starting lineup. And it's with Jokic in the starting lineup. And it's with Jamal Murray in the starting lineup. So Michael Porter Jr. has found ways, or is still continuing to find ways to fit into this offense when he's not kind of the main number 1 scorer on this team. So watch out, this Nuggets team, man. Woo-hoo-hoo. Yes, sir. Now, they're not the deepest, but they still got some nice players off the bench. We know Paul Millsap coming off the bench now because he was the starter. Unfortunately, Aaron Gordon got there, so Paul Millsap does have to go down to the bench, but he had 10 points in 15 minutes. I'll give him that. So, great squad here by this Nuggets. Watch out for them, and I'm ready to start talking about this Nuggets team as one of the top-tier contenders in the NBA Finals. So, got to start respecting them a little bit more. They are getting it done with their newly additions here. Alrighty, let's go to the 76ers now. Nobody really stepped up on this team. Truly unfortunate. Without Joel Embiid, we don't like this team, and like I said, every time they lose without Joel Embiid, we have to drop them down one spot, so we will have to drop them down right now. The Suns, they started at the 1 seed because they were winning games. When we just updated our power rankings last Friday, we moved them up to the number 1 because they kept winning games without Joel Embiid. Now, we knew it was a little bit of against lackluster competitors, against the Lakers with nobody, against the Warriors with nobody, so we were a little hesitant to put them at number 1, so that's why we said, hey, we put them at number 1, but every time they start losing, we're going to drop them down a spot. So we got to drop them down another spot here. They started at 1. We had to drop them down. They are now at number 2. We have to drop them down again, so they'll go to number 3. So congratulations to the Suns. They move up 1 seed there from the 3 to the 2, and the 76ers move down to the 3, unfortunately. Alrighty, I think that's the last movement we're having today in our power rankings. But let's get back to here with the 76ers. Let's see who did not step up, because it was basically everybody. Unfortunately, Tobias Harris also didn't step up, and we're usually able to rely on him, but we couldn't this game. So Ben Simmons, 11 points. He had 2 steals, 3 assists, 2 rebounds. Just meh. Seth Curry, 8 points, 2 of 7 from 3. Classic Seth Curry not stepping up. Dwight Howard gets into the starting lineup. Absolutely fantastic. Unfortunately, it does not result in a win for them. 10 points, 7 rebounds, and only 19 minutes in the starting lineup for Dwight Howard. Tobias Harris, 2 points, 2 blocks, 2 steals, 2 assists, 3 rebounds, kind of like what Ben Simmons did, just not what they need. I mean, without Joel Embiid, Tobias Harris and Ben Simmons need to elevate their own play. They did not. And then we need Seth Curry and Danny Green to also elevate their play. They also did not, unfortunately. Danny Green, 8 points on 2 of 5 from 3. He had 3 assists and 4 rebounds, but, just nothing great from him not stepping it up. So nobody stepped it up here for the starters, which doesn't really truly surprise us. I mean, Joel Embiid is really the glue that makes this team work. That's why we have to talk about this man as the MVP. It was a little shaky there for a little bit with, Joel Embiid being out and the team still winning. That definitely hurt Joel Embiid's case. But like we said, it was against very lackluster opponents, and they're not beating the best teams here. They can't beat the Nuggets. Alrighty, what do we get off the bench? Some decent performances here off the bench. Mike Scott, 9 points, 7 rebounds off the bench. Shake Milton got the 10 points, 4 assists. Matisse Thybulle, 8 points, 4 rebounds off the bench. And Tyrese Maxey there, 13 points and only 15 minutes off the bench. So not terrible by the bench, but the starters couldn't get it done, and that's why the Nuggets get the win. Alrighty, let's keep on going here. Hawks and the Suns is the next matchup up. Very well done to the Suns. Unfortunately, like we said, I mean, Lou Williams is truly can definitely be the person, the player that definitely helps this Hawks team be a little bit more consistent and start winning some of these elite games against the better teams here. So just a little unfortunate loss here, 7-point loss for the Hawks. A little close. We've got this kind of final 3 minutes here in the fourth quarter that we're going to watch. So just kind of a lot of clutchness going back and forth, but the Suns ultimately are able to get it done in the clutch. So let's kind of watch the remaining 3 minutes of what happened last night. So to set the scene, Suns have a 2-point lead here, up 105-103 over the Hawks with 3 minutes left. Hawks have the ball. Trae Young dishes it to Clint Capella to tie the game at 105, but now it's the Suns' turn to kind of be a little clutch here. DeAndre Ayton down low over Clint Capella. Nice little sky hook to take the lead. So now the Suns are up 2, have possession again, and look at that, man, oh man, that huge explosive move right there. Catches everybody by surprise. Just makes an easy way into the layup there. Now they're up 4. Who do we got here? Bogdanovich here. A huge 3 to cut the deficit from 4 to 3 right here. This man was on all night. Huge 3 after 3 by Bogdanovich there. All right, now the Suns have a 3-point lead. And Jay Crowder calls game. Jay Crowder calls game from 3. Clutch performances here by the Suns, and that's why we got to give it up for them. Absolutely magnificently well done here. Not only are they good, but they're also clutch. All their starters really hitting nice clutch shots there with the last 3 minutes, and that's why they're able to beat the Hawks last night. Just clutch shot after clutch shot after clutch shot after clutch shot. So very well done to the Suns. Alrighty, let's start here with the Suns since they just won. Chris Paul, 12 points, 8 assists, 2 steals, 3 rebounds on 50% shooting. Decent game by him. Devin Booker, 21 points, 3 assists, 3 rebounds on 42% shooting. 2 of 7 from 3, not the greatest, but overall not terrible overall. DeAndre Ayton, 13 points, 14 rebounds, 5 of those rebounds offensive. Love it. Classic DeAndre Ayton. Jay Crowder, 19 points, 3 assists, 4 rebounds on 5 of 8 from 3. Yes, sir, in the 1-2 ice the game. And then McCall Bridges to round out the starters here, 10 points, 5 rebounds. Yes, sir. And then off the bench. Yes, sir. Dario Saric, 20 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists. And Torrey Craig. Love Torrey Craig. Man, oh man, this is going to be the unsung hero for the Suns team. Do not sleep on Torrey Craig. So Torrey Craig off the bench, 12 points, 8 rebounds in only 18 minutes, and he shot 54%. So this is what we're talking about. When the Suns starters all have great games, which is usually on a nightly basis because they're that consistent, it just needs to come to this bench, and we had 2 great performers out here. That's what they only really need one kind of double-digit performer off the bench, but if you get 2 absolutely magnificent, they're going to win every single game. So they've got the depth. Cameron Payne, Cameron Johnson, Dario Saric, Torrey Craig, all those players give you a great opportunity to score 10-plus points coming off the bench on any given night. So the Suns have it all, folks. This is a truly deadly team here in Phoenix. Alrighty, now let's go to the Hawks now. Like we said, they're just a little unfortunate. They weren't totally clutch down the stretch. I think if once Lou Williams starts playing for this team, we could start taking them a little bit more seriously as kind of playoff contenders. Because I really think they're just missing another solid shooter out here. Now, they did have great performances by Bogdan Bogdanovic and 2 bench players, but, just getting Lou Williams an extra depth of that piece, that's going to really set this Hawks team over the edge. So, cannot wait for Lou Williams' first game here with the Hawks. But he did not play last night, so let's go who was actually on the floor. Trae Young, 19 points, 13 assists. He shot 31% and 1 of 4 from 3. So not the greatest shooting night by this man, but still getting decently involved with the assist game at 13. Bogdan Bogdanovic had an absolutely great game, probably his best game of the entire season. 22 points, 4 steals, 6 assists, 4 rebounds, and shot 44% and 4 of 8 from 3. Fantastic, and he was really clutch in that fourth quarter as well. Clint Capella, classic Clint Capella game, 16 points, 16 rebounds, love it. Also the clutch bucket by Trae Young's lob to tie up the game, so nice clutchness here by the Hawks. John Collins, 9 points, 3 assists, 4 rebounds. Would like to see that man. I mean, he's been having great games where he's putting up a lot of points, but this is kind of what he's doing. Just decent defense, 10 or less points, decent amount of rebounds and assists. But John Collins, this is why we kind of need Lou Williams, because we need that shooter. John Collins, we cannot rely on that man to kind of be the main kind of secondary scorer to Trae Young. That's why we need Lou Williams very much now in the starting lineup. And then Tony Snell, 5 points, 1 assist, 1 rebound. So, decent night by the starters. Nothing great. And then off the bench here, Danilo Gallinari, 13 points, 3 assists, 3 rebounds. Kevin Huerter had a pretty good game, 12 points, 3 assists off the bench, so not bad there. And then Solomon Hill, let's shout him out in only 19 minutes, 8 points. So not terrible overall here by the Hawks, just the Suns a little bit deeper off the bench and a little bit more clutch. So that's why the Suns win by 7. And then the last game of the night, folks. The last game of the night, the Clippers and the Magic, and the Clippers lose. And oh my goodness. So before we get into the stats here, let's also preface it by saying the Magic only scored 37 points in the first half. So they scored 37 points, and then they end the game with 103 for the win. So absolutely pathetic defense by the Clippers in the second half. Truly pathetic. Truly, I mean, there's no reason why this Clippers team should lose. It's getting me frustrated. All right, but here we go. 28 seconds left on the clock. Magic up 4, 97-93. And the Kawhi and the Clippers, they're just trying to get a 3 off. The 3 does. Okay. Hang on. We got to reset the scene. I jumped the gun a little bit there. Alrighty, so 97-93 Clippers hit a corner 3 to make it a 1-point game. Magic go on and score 2. Now they're up 3. So now the Magic are up 3, 99-96 with 18 seconds left. Shot clock is turned off. Clippers with the ball. So let's see what they do here. Kawhi Leonard takes a 3. Does not go, but they get the offensive rebound. They kick it out for another 3. That does not fall. They try to get another offensive rebound. They do. Kawhi Leonard gets it, but dribbles it off of his foot. And so the unclutchness here by the Clippers. So many chances. 2 chances at shots that went up. Another chance with Kawhi getting the 3rd offensive rebound of the series, but dribbles it off of his own foot. They lose the ball. Magic get it. Game over from there. So truly unfortunate here by the Clippers of blowing the game. So let's start here with the Magic. Now, let's celebrate this Magic team because, like we said, they got rid of all their players, but we've seen some players start to step it up here, and once their name is starting to get called, next man up mentality. We just lost Vucevic, we lost Fournier, we lost Aaron Gordon, we lost all of our faces of the franchise, so who wants to step up, be the face of the franchise so they can get traded away from this garbage organization next season? Alrighty, so here we go. The starters. Michael Carter-Williams at the 1, 8 points, 9 assists, 7 rebounds. He had a pretty good game. Didn't shoot well, 30%, but everything else was pretty good by him. And a plus 15 on the floor, so very well done. Dwayne Bacon at the 2, 8 points, 3 rebounds, shot 44%, decent. Kem Birch at the 5, 8 points, 2 assists, 2 rebounds. Chuma Okeke at the 4, 18 points, 3 steals, 2 assists, 4 rebounds on 63% shooting. Great night by him. And then James Ennis the 3rd. Man, oh man, this man never steps up here. 5 points, 6 rebounds on 25% shooting. So nothing great by the starters, but look at all this depth off the bench. Mo Bamba, yes sir, getting 17 healthy minutes off the bench. 12 points, 8 rebounds. Terrence Ross, 15 points, 2 rebounds off the bench. Otto Porter Jr. trying to make it here off the bench as well. 13 points, 4 assists, 7 rebounds. And then Wendell Carter Jr., 11 points, 3 assists, 6 rebounds. So they're new additions here. Otto Porter Jr., Wendell Carter Jr. all getting it done. So it should be any minute till those players get elevated to the starting rotation, and we'll start to see what this Magic team is truly all about. I think they have a 0% chance of kind of making a run here. They are currently the 14th seed, or I don't think I updated this today, so let me update this one more time. Alright, so the Magic are currently the 14th seed at 16 wins, and they're only 4 games out from that 10th seed in the play-in tournament. So we'll see, kind of what they do here at the back half of the season. Let's see if they can make any run with Otto Porter Jr., Wendell Carter Jr., and everybody else kind of filling in for them. So we'll see what they can do, but definitely had their work cut out for them, and everybody needs to start stepping it up here. So we'll see if they kind of can consistently start winning some of these games here. Alrighty, let's go to the Clippers now. Here we go. No Paul George, no Patrick Beverley, no Marcus Morris, no Rondo, and so there's really, I get that we're missing a lot of people, but man, oh man, this is still a better team than the Magic, folks. Come on. You still got Kawhi Leonard out there, so he had to go get it done, and he did classic Kawhi things, but didn't go above and beyond, which he kind of needed to do, unfortunately. So Kawhi Leonard, 28 points, 5 assists, 5 rebounds, shot 50%. I mean, this is classic Kawhi Leonard. This is what he does. Reggie Jackson had 15 points, 7 assists, and 3 rebounds. Luke Kennard had 17 points, 2 assists, 3 rebounds. Zubac had 14 points, 13 rebounds. Nicholas Batum had 2 points and 5 assists and 10 rebounds, and he only took 4 shots, so we can kind of understand the only 2 points. So the starters all kind of getting it done. We see they only had 3 players coming off the bench available. Terrence Mann, 9 points, 6 assists, 7 rebounds. Patrick Patterson, 6 points, 3 rebounds. And Amir Coffey, 5 points and 4 rebounds. So not great from the bench. Definitely needed to be a little bit better here. Unfortunately, Kawhi Leonard could not lead them to a win here against a very, very lackluster Magic team. So not the greatest look here by the Clippers. We'll see if they're able to rebound. Alrighty, that is all the NBA from last night. Let's see what's on deck today. Hopefully we get nationally televised games. Let's see what we get. Alrighty, Blazers, Pistons up. Heat, Pacers. Here we go. Mavericks and the Celtics at 7:30 on ESPN. So love that, and we'll probably get a doubleheader since it's at 7:30. All right, Rockets, Nets. Jazz, Grizzlies, Knicks, Timberwolves, Raptors, Thunder, Kings, Spurs, Bucks, Lakers at 10 o'clock on ESPN. So fantastic. We get to see Andre Drummond in the starting lineup for the Lakers and see him go against Giannis in his first game. And then Bulls and Suns, the last game of the night. So some good games here tonight. Let's see where the value is. Let's get these lines updated. Let's see who's in and out, and let's get our moneymaker on track. We went officially 2-2 yesterday. USC plus... Oh, we chose USC plus 8. Are we nuts? I thought we chose Gonzaga minus the points. Unfortunate. So I think we went 1 of 3 officially. We chose Michigan minus 6.5. That did not hit. Nuggets minus 5. That was the only one that hit. And then we had the Clippers minus 11.5. So I can't believe we chose USC plus 8. I did not think we did that. All right. They lost by more than 8, right? Yeah, they did. Yeah, they did. Alrighty. All right, so let's go here to the lines of today. All right, all the lines are up to date, so let's get into it. Here we go. First matchup up, Blazers, Pistons. Blazers minus 7.5, Pistons plus 7.5. Now, we just saw the Pistons beat the Raptors kind of nastily by 14 points the other night. But everybody's good to go for the Blazers, and for the Pistons, Wayne Ellington, a game-time decision. Rodney McGruder is out. Jahlil Okafor is still out. Dennis Smith is out. So usual suspects are out for this Pistons team. So interesting here. We do like the Blazers, and definitely the addition of Kendrick Nunn is definitely helping them out a lot. I'm a little afraid to take the points here against this Pistons team. Like we just said, blowing out the Raptors definitely helped them. They were just close against the Nets the other night, but then they got blown out by the Wizards. So what is this true Pistons team? They've been keeping it close recently, so we'll stay away from it. We do like the Blazers to win. I think that's fantastic. I mean, they should have no problem winning, but the Pistons have been keeping it close lately, so we'll stay away from it. Alrighty, all right, here we go. Heat and the Pacers. Heat minus 2, Pacers plus 2. Okay, if everybody's going to go for the Heat, we'll swallow the 2, no problem. They just got back on track, snapping their big losing streak, just won against the Knicks. So let's see if everybody's going to go here for the Heat. So Victor Oladipo is still out. Gosh darn you, Victor. Darn it. Kendrick Nunn is a game-time decision, and Jimmy Butler and Goran Dragic are both playing, so that's absolutely fantastic. That's what we needed to see here. Yeah, Victor Oladipo's out. It's going to hurt him in the long run, but not right now. So everybody's really good to go for this Heat team. Goran Dragic, Jimmy Butler, that's the two that we're kind of main focusing on right now. So Heat minus 2, we will take that. Don't like this Pacers team, folks. Y'all know how we feel about them. I mean, they don't do really anything. They just lost against the Wizards. What is that? Alrighty, let's keep moving on here. Rockets and the Nets. Rockets plus 12. Nets minus 12. Wow. Alright. Here we go. Rockets plus 12. Nets minus 12. Whew. Alright, there we go. Eric Gordon is out for the Rockets. John Wall, a game-time decision. So that alone is probably going to make us stay away from this one. We have been liking taking the Rockets, but they haven't been able to close in the fourth quarter. Neither have really the Nets. They kind of blow leads in the fourth quarter. They get it done in like the back half of the fourth quarter. But so we were kind of leaning towards the Rockets plus 12, but John Wall being a game-time decision, I think we have to be out on that. Daniel House Jr., game-time decision. Christian Wood, game-time decision. So too many game-time decisions here for us to take the 12 points here with the Rockets. Definitely need Christian Wood, John Wall, and Kelly Olynyk all playing hefty minutes if we want to kind of take the points here by the Rockets. But we see a lot of game-time decisions, and we still haven't been able to see them close out the fourth quarter. I mean, we've been taking them plus like 12 and 8 points before, and it's been looking good the entire game. Just that fourth quarter, they floundered 10 points the other night, only in the fourth quarter. So going to stay away from this one, but let's see what the Nets got going on. Just Kevin Durant is still out, and LaMarcus Aldridge is still out. He's not making his debut there for the Nets. So everybody's going to go for the Nets, but we're going to stay away from this one. Nets have been kind of killing us, not covering these large point spreads, and the Rockets have been blowing it in the fourth quarter. Alrighty, what do we get here? Mavericks in the Celtics. All right, low spread here. Mavericks +1, Celtics -1. We just saw the Celtics implode with Evan Fournier going 0 of 10 from his first debut and losing to the Pelicans. Let's see who's in and out here for the Mavericks and the Celtics. JJ Redick is still out, not making his debut there for the Mavericks. Willie Cauley-Stein is still out. For the Celtics, Tristan Thompson is still out for them. Semi Uluje is out, and Jaylen Brown is a game-time decision. So we saw Jaylen Brown miss the last game. This is interesting. Very close spread, so just kind of picking the winner here. Are we able to trust this Celtics team? Do they finally get it on track, or do the Mavericks get a win here and kind of stay on track with their one-game winning streak that they're on? Everybody's going to go for the Mavericks. They're going to have to rock with Robert Williams. Yeah, I think we're going to take the Mavericks here. I'm not ready to trust this Celtics team. We haven't seen Evan Fournier really kind of fit in. Now we know it was his first game. That's why he didn't do so well. So, we give everybody the benefit of the doubt with the first game with a new team or first game from the starting rotation or from the bench starting. So we give, players and teams some passes here, but we're going to go with the Mavericks here. I just cannot trust the Celtics team just quite yet. Not a great big. I do like Robert Williams. Like we said, he's kind of growing on us, but we want to kind of see more of him. Evan Fournier not getting it done. Jaylen Brown probably plays. I'm assuming he plays if he's a game time decision, but we'll stay away from. We'll take the Mavericks +1 here. Alrighty. The Knicks and the Timberwolves now. Knicks and the Timberwolves. Here we go. Derrick Jones Jr. is a game time decision. For the Timberwolves, D'Angelo Russell is still out. So everybody's good to go here. Knicks, Timberwolves. Knicks -3.5. Timberwolves +3.5. I think I'm ready to trust this Knicks team a little bit. Should we trust them? I mean, it's against the Timberwolves, so this is a game where they should all be collectively good together. So we'll take the Knicks -3.5. Everybody's good to go. Derrick Rose is back to a game time decision, so hopefully he's back playing. He was just playing last game, I believe, and he had a good game. So Knicks -3.5 we'll take. Alrighty, moving on. Jazz Grizzlies. Jazz -5.5. Grizzlies +5.5. Oh, Donovan Mitchell is out for the Jazz, so we will 1,000% stay away from this one. For the Grizzlies, Grayson Allen is a game time decision, so gonna stay away from this one. All right, gonna stay away from this one. Just because Donovan Mitchell's out. Now, the Jazz should still have good success here, but we know what this Grizzlies team is. They are currently at, are they at 500 now? They are at 500, so the loss is coming up for them. So we will stay away from this one. The Jazz Grizzlies, Donovan Mitchell being out, can't trust that fully team now, so we'll stay away from it. Alrighty, Raptors and the Thunder. Raptors -8, Thunder +8. Interesting here. We just saw the Raptors get absolutely blown out, but if Shai Gilgeous-Alexander's in for the Thunder, we may take the points here. Alrighty, so for the Raptors, Paul Watson's out, DeAndre Bembry is out, and Patrick McCaw is still out. And for the Thunder, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is still out, Lou Dort is still out, so we got to stay away from the Thunder +8 here, but I mean the Raptors -8. I mean they just got blown out by who did we just say? The Pistons. They just got blown out by the Pistons. They're 1-9 in their last 10, so definitely not swallowing any points here by the Raptors. It's something you should stay away from. So we'll stay away from that. I think the Thunder +8 is a little bit better if you had to bet this game. If you were dying to bet this game alone, I do like the Thunder +8, but we'll stay away from it because of no Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Alrighty, last couple of games here. Spurs and the Kings. Kings +2.5 here. Alrighty, so Hassan Whiteside's still a game time decision for the Kings, and for the Spurs, everybody's good to go basically. So this this is a back-to-back. So they just played the other day, two days ago on Monday. So we'll stay away from this one just because, we don't like taking back-to-back. So the Kings had no problem offensively the first meeting. I'm sure that the same will happen. We know their offense is fantastic. Just put up 135 points in their first meeting against the Spurs. So we'll stay away from it because it's a back-to-back. Alrighty, then we get the Bucks and the Lakers. Bucks -9, Lakers +9. Yes! Here we go for the Bucks. Jeff Teague is a game-time decision, so we'll see if he makes his Bucks debut. PJ Tucker is still out, and Bobby Portis is still out. For the Lakers, LeBron James and Anthony Davis is still out. But like we said, Andre Drummond is making his debut here for the Lakers, and that's exactly what we're talking about here. So we will take the +9 here for the Lakers. We know the Bucks are on a little bit of a losing streak right now. I think a 3-game losing streak. Yes, sir. Just got absolutely blown out by the Clippers the other night. But yeah, with Andre Drummond here, we're gonna take it. We're gonna test his beef. We're gonna take his. We're just gonna bet on him. We're gonna bet on Andre Drummond. That's all. That's the only thing that we're taking here. That's the only reason why we like the Lakers plus the points here. Let's get it done. Andre Drummond, Laker debut. He gets it done, so we'll take the points. Alrighty, and then the last game of the night, the Bulls and the Suns. Oh my goodness, this Bulls team cannot get easy kind of games to start with their winning streak with Vucevic, newly acquired Vucevic. So, Bulls +7, Suns -7. Garrett Temple's a game-time decision. Zach LaVine a game-time decision. And Kobe White a game-time decision. We need all those players. At least Kobe White and Zach LaVine we definitely need. And then for the Suns, Frank Kaminsky is a game-time decision, and so does Abdel Nader. So, unfortunately, we're going to have to stay away from this one. I got to see the Bulls start winning games. We've taken the Bulls in the first 2 games here in our moneymakers since Vucevic has gotten there, but it hasn't paid off for us. So, we're going to have to start not betting them until they start to win. Hopefully, they get on track here. We'd love to see this team kind of what they can do at full capacity. But we'll still stay away from it. We got some other great picks here in our moneymaker. So here we go. This is what we got officially tonight. Heat -2, Mavericks +1, Knicks -3.5, and the Lakers +9. Feeling good. Alrighty, that's going to do it for us today, folks. We are just a killer headache has just onset. So we may be dying, but I got to stop the show. So let's see if anything's broken. We'll get to Michael Carter. I know we've been pushing him off for like the last 3 days, and I do want to get to him, but we'll have to do it tomorrow. But let's see if anything broke as we were live. The NFL just sent a memo to clubs saying they should prepare to conduct meetings virtually when off-season programs begin. Okay. Anything else here? Oh, Seattle just signed Tyler Lockett. Oh, my goodness. Seattle Seahawks are giving wide receiver Tyler Lockett a 4-year, $69 million contract. Truly deserved. Russell Westbrook getting his way a little bit here, still getting great players. Him and Tyler Lockett have been an absolute matchup, so I've got no problem with that extension. Alrighty. Nothing seems to be going on. We got a Tyler Lockett catch right here. Let's see how this is looking. Yeah, back of the end zone. Man, that's great. We'll show that tomorrow on the show. Alrighty. Doesn't look like anything else is breaking. Former NBA executive on Kemba Walker. Let's see what he says. Quote, they tried in the offseason, had a few offers on the table, and almost pulled the trigger. Kemba is very likely to be on the move this coming offseason. Interesting. He hasn't been bad for the Celtics, but he hasn't really made them better, unfortunately. Alrighty. That's going to do it for us today. So we'll be back tomorrow live, noon Eastern. Doing our thing over here. Alrighty. Yeah, that's it. Alright. We're out of here. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching. We're back tomorrow.